All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash. Spotlight on local Las Vegas business. Mrs. Lynaae Forbes from Wynn Realty joins us. We were talking off the air, and I, for one, like convenience. Give me more convenience. Don't make me run around town. I will not drive 30 miles to save 50 cents on something at another supermarket. I think that's totally ridiculous. But I want convenience. And one of the things that I've learned in listening to Lynaae, not only here now, but being refreshed, that with her industry experience and with everything that you've got, you are literally a one-stop shop solution to get a deal through if it's meant to be.
That's right.
Or not. And you really help find the proper solution for your clients.
And that's really important to know. But so we're going to make one little stop here. So how do you find out about me? LasVegasExpertAgent.com. That's my website.
Okay.
My phone number is 702-743-7797. But let's go back and talk about that industry experience. I think one of the things that I was sharing with you earlier, I had a closing, it was a HUD file, and we all know that HUD can be a very difficult client to work with. They're the seller, and they're very strict. If your buyer is not ready, it's $100 a day. Okay? Because of my title background, I knew that this client needed to have his wife, who lived in India, sign a spousal release for both the title and the lender.
Okay.
Worked on that long before we got to the closing table. Had it 10 days before we were supposed to close.
Wow.
Often, this is one of the major mistakes that real estate agents make. They didn't know they needed it, and we're going to get to closing, and everybody's got there, and all of a sudden, oh, where's your wife?
Right.
Uh-oh, wife's in India.
Right.
How many days did it take to get that document back from India? 5 business days.
Wow.
And if they want to get a notary done, they not only have to deal with our holidays, but India's holidays at the consulate.
Wow.
Ooh, so what is it? Every time someone comes to me with a real estate transaction, it's when I realize how knowledgeable I am. Because again, you don't know it till you have to use it.
Sure. Interesting.
So have you developed a checklist then that really or is it all still up there?
It's all up here. I feel like sometimes I need to be Spock and touch somebody's head and give
the
it
mind
all.
meld.
Yes, the mind meld. It's a lot of information, but it's like it doesn't come until you need it.
Right. Another question in the chat room for you. What is a reverse mortgage?
Awesome.
Because these people keep seeing them for elderly people, and are they safe to do?
Okay, again, my husband and I did those for 5 years, and they are a great tool for the right reason. We actually turn people down for them. We never put someone in it unless it was a good thing. Now, let's just use an example. In the days when we were doing them, a person who had what we call a regular forward mortgage, it's a reverse mortgage, people called it that, a forward mortgage, and their payment was $1,000 a month, and we were able to pay that mortgage off and keep them in their home because it's a non-recourse loan. That means they can't be kicked out. They only have 2 obligations: is to maintain the property insurance and the property taxes, and if they're in an HOA. Now think about the income all of a sudden jump when they don't have to make that $1,000 house payment. That's money in their pocket.
Sure.
Okay, so we took a client who had a forward mortgage and literally put $1,400 a month back in their pocket every month for the right reason. The reverse mortgage has a place in this industry, and as a matter of fact, I've also done reverse mortgage for purchase. Okay, so as a real estate agent, do I want to make a commission on $400,000 or $125,000?
Well, of course, the 400.
Well, client had $125,000. We qualified her for a reverse mortgage. She was able to buy a property for $425,000 based on her age.
Wow.
It's like life insurance backwards. You get more equity use the older you are.
Interesting.
Fabulous.
I hope that answers.
Just fabulous.
I hope that answers your question in the chat room. Certainly would mine. Give your contact information again.
Okay, LasVegasExpertAgent.com, and my phone number is 702-743-7797.
And you also have a Facebook page, right?
I do. Lynaae Forbes Realtor.
Okay, and it's Lynaae Forbes. So you can find her on Facebook as well.
Let me give you two quickies.
Uh-oh.
All right. First, I'm the seller. What's the best thing that I could do to make my house be more presentable for a better sale opportunity?
Oh, less junk, less. Remove all personal items. People look at them. They judge the property, not the situation. It's real important that the less stuff you have in the house, the more likely that the buyer can see their things in there.
So
Very interesting.
declutter.
Declutter.
Yes.
Okay, second question. I'm the buyer, all right? What's the most important thing in the house that I should look at from a physical point of view?
Now that's going to depend on you, okay?
Okay.
Everybody has their importance. So here's what we do with the right agent, like me, who's listening to you, the client, and finding out what's important. That's the houses I'm going to show you. So the first time I show you a house, I'm really looking to see all the signs of what got your interest, how long did you spend in the house, etc. I have clients who give me a laundry list of things, and I had one who told me he had to have 2,200 square feet. Absolutely no, under no circumstances could he have less. So we took him out on a showing, and we took him out on another. And the third one was my list. And we didn't tell him any of the square footages, but we had everything else on the list. Took him into the one house that I knew he'd like. Walked in, spent 30 minutes in the house, and the square footage was 2,060.
And
It's
of course he
all
took it, right?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, it takes us back to our old days of doing what we used to do.
You
If
bet.
someone was a golfer, you don't
Find
show them the
the-
tennis courts.
Find the hot button.
When you show them the unit, just watch and observe what is of interest to
And
the
there's
guests.
where that foster care system has benefited me, because I do read people and I can't tell you what it is about it or what they've done. I just know. It's that knowledge that you feel it, you do it, you follow it. And when I connect with a client, they connect with me. I become their agent for life.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I mean, I know that after spending a half hour with you, that I would be very, very comfortable as either the buyer or the seller to put all my faith and trust in your in your good work.
But I'm sorry, by the way, Frankie in the chat room says the most important thing to look at is the plumbing. Inspect the plumbing. Remember the
See?
Money Pit movie?
Yeah. My oh my.
That's why we have property inspections.
If it doesn't flush, you don't want it. Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate the input, bud. But all right, we're just about ready to wrap up here, Miss Lynaae. So what would be the closing comments that you'd wanted to our listeners to know in closing about you, about why people should use and come to you and contact you? I mean, you made a point during the break that you're willing to help anybody regardless of whether there's a sale for you or not, because you're more relationship based in your approach towards your business philosophy. So what would you tell your potential clients about contacting you?
Well, first of all, communication, I believe, is very important. So when I first sit down with a client, we go over how do we communicate. There are some clients that are good with texting, email, and voicemail. And we go through what's going to work best. And I tell them this: my goal is to answer the phone every time, but that's impossible. However, I can always text you, and my phone gives me the ability, once you call me and you're calling on a number that I can text back to, I can hit a button on it and tell you, I'm in a meeting, I've got your call, can you text me what you're looking for? People love communication. They do not want to be avoided, lost, or gotten back to 3 days later.
Right.
Amen to that.
Absolutely. All right, one last time, contact information.
Okay.
That's 3 times is the charm.
LasVegasExpertAgent.com, and my phone number is 702-743-7797. You can text me or leave me a voicemail, but if you can text me, you'll get a quicker response.
There you go. And I can vouch for that, by the way,
No question.
because we text all the time. Lynaae, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it, letting the audience know of your great service and really one-stop shopping for your real estate transactions, Cash.
Right, and I'm sure that people that will either hear this podcast or or see the video as it comes out, we'll be more than happy to get this thing going on for you.